Amid the Israel and Hamas war, U.S. has moved warships closer to Israel after Hamas attack. U.S. vowed to send a carrier strike group to the eastern Mediterranean in support of Israel. Now, situation in Israel continues to escalate, with reports pegging the total death tally to over 700 in Israel and has led to another 1,000 injured. Now, it is the bloodiest escalation in decades, with the deadly terror organization Hamas launching an attack of rockets on ground, air and sea. Israel, in their retaliation, launched an airstrike that has claimed over 400 lives in Gaza. Meanwhile, reports suggest that over 250 bodies were recovered at the site of Israeli Supernova Music Festival, which was one of the first ground targets during assault by Hamas. Israel, on the other hand, has called for immediate halt to the supply of electricity, fuel and goods to Gaza. Despite escalating tensions in Israel, there have been no reported incidents involving the 18,000 Indians living and working there. The Indian embassy in Tel Aviv is assisting stranded citizens, including tourists and businessmen, even as Air India has cancelled its flight to and from Israel.
אזרחי ישראל היקרים, כוחות חמאס פלשו הבוקר לשטח ישראל בבוקרו של יום חג, שבת, ורצחו אזרחים תמימים, ילדים וקשישים. החמאס פתח במלחמה אכזרית ומרושעת. אנחנו ננצח במלחמה הזאת, אבל המחיר כבד מנשוא. זהו יום קשה ביותר לכולנו. חמאס רוצה לרצוח את כולנו. זה אויב שרוצח ילדים ואימהות בבתים שלהם, במיטות שלהם. אויב שחוטף קשישים, ילדים, נערות. רוצחים שטובחים ושוחטים באזרחינו, בילדינו, שבסך הכל יצאו לבלות בחג. מה שקרה היום לא נראה בישראל, ואני אדאג שזה לא יקרה יותר. הממשלה כולה מתייצבת מאחורי ההחלטה הזאת.
I have seen shocking footage, graphic images that will forever be seared in my brain. What we are witnessing are war crimes, blatant barbaric war crimes, slaughtering civilians, abusing hostages, taking babies from their mothers. There are no words to describe such savagery. I don't want to imagine what is happening right now to all of those innocent Israeli civilians being held captive in Gaza, the horrors they are enduring. This is Israel's 9/11. This is Israel's 9/11, and Israel will do everything to bring our sons and daughters back home. These images are horrifying. They are hard to see, and they are impossible to fully internalize.
Israel is in state of war. We are joined in by the ambassador of Israel doing this, so thank you for joining on Times Now. I have just one question. What's the situation on ground, and how does Israel respond to people who are justifying this horrific terror attack on Israel?
Well, yesterday, unprovokedly, Hamas terror organization from Gaza launched a dual attack on Israel. Hundreds, thousands by the end of the day yesterday of rockets and missiles shot towards Israeli communities, and in parallel hundreds of terrorists of Hamas infiltrating other more than 20 communities, Jewish communities around Gaza. Now the situation is much more stabilized. Israel took control of all these communities. There are a pocket or two, but there are Israeli soldiers there taking care of the situation, so everything is under control and regained. Our expectation from every country in the world is to first and foremost deplore terrorism, not accept the murder of women, children, elderly, unprovoked in their houses, kidnapping them, if not killing them. This is unacceptable. And every country has its own right to react in every way they want. But no way without deploring is acceptable, because then you are justifying terrorism. You're trying to say that there is a legitimate reason to kill innocent civilians And this is unacceptable. Terror is terror is terror, and we will fight the terror until we beat it.
Terror is terror is terror. This is what the Israeli ambassador to India says. But camera person Manoj Reshamanu for Times Now.
Meanwhile, many Israeli tourists are worried and tensed over the prevailing situation in their country. These tourists in Rajasthan's Pushkar are packing their bags and leaving for Delhi to go back to their homes in Israel. Over 100 foreign tourists have left Pushkar and moved towards Delhi. Now, due to the ongoing war between Hamas and Israel, special security arrangements have been made in Pushkar that hosts the largest Israeli tourists.
I personally am very concerned about my family. I have relatives that are living down south in the southern border, and I've been told that they're okay, but the people around them, there are many missing people, many casualties, many civilians that are missing, don't know where they are, and it's very, very concerning for myself, because some of these people I know many of the people, and it's very, very concerning.
Have you had contact with them?
I'm in contact with the families, but some of the people are missing and they don't know where they are. There were many people that were taken hostage. Currently, we don't know which people are held hostage, and I'm very, very worried and concerned about the situation.